Chapter 1. London. I hope you had a good trip, sir, a tall, middle-aged, and strong man said to him while waiting next to a black Range Rover parked at the airport's runway. The city seemed awake and filled with light, even when it was late in the night. It was still humid because of the rain during the day. Alex got out of the plane remembering the city since the last time he was there. London was a special city to him. Important experiences marked moments of his existence there. My name is Philip, and I am here to help you with anything you need, he added. Nice to meet you, Philip. Please call me Alex. Alex replied, looking at Philip. I need you to take me somewhere now, he added and got inside the car. Each one of the Cavendish employees received a detailed and rigorous training in self-defense, armory, and history. They signed a non-disclosure agreement because of the many events and situations they will witness there. Zagrus knew Orpheus was in charge of this training, preparation, and background checks. A few minutes past midnight, they arrived to a beautiful house located in Chelsea. It was white with long and tall columns extending all the way to the top. The house was in darkness and there were no lights on or signs of anybody being there. I think nobody is in the house right now. Would you like me to bring you later? Philip asked. No, Alex said while getting off the car. He is here, he added, closing the door and walking to the main door. I knew you were coming, a male figure said in the dark. He was seated on a chair at the front entrance and stood up once Zagreus was in front of him. How was your trip back to Earth? He asked ironically. William, Zagreus said, I can see your mother's pomegranates still accomplishing their wonders, William said. Although you're still getting in deep trouble, he added. Why her? Zagreus asked, looking serious. That is one of the questions I have asked myself since it happened, William replied. She is mine, Zagreus said, defiant. I know that, William said. But you also need to ask the same question to her, he added. What do you mean? Zagreus asked. You need to ask her why me, William said. What are you implying? Zagreus asked. She also likes me, and that is part of what is driving me crazy right now, William said. That is impossible. She loves me, Zagreus said, clearly upset. I know. I agree with you. She loves you, but she also loves me, William said. What did you do to her? Zagreus asked. Nothing. I can't use any enchantments or powers with the Princess of the Blessed Death. Not because I can't, but because I am not allowed to use any powers with the one I love, William said with frustration. Besides, we are good friends. And believe me, I never liked the idea of friendship. But I love her, and I would rather be her friend and protect her than nothing. Or even worse, getting her into a huge mess and leaving her alone. He added, Be careful with your words. You shouldn't insinuate things you don't know. You know she has been with me since the beginning of times. You need to resist that feeling you have for her, Zagreus said. I wish it was that easy. I wish I didn't care the way she has been suffering because of you. And I wish I didn't feel this way, William said. Since I saw her, I haven't been able to concentrate, to strategize, to fight. This is a torment. I don't like the feeling of it. But I can't control it, and it is making me weak, he continued. The way she speaks, she plans things, her essence. I don't know how have you been able to live like this all this time, he added. It has been hard, but I have managed to live knowing she is the most important thing for me, Zagreus said. I am not going to do anything she doesn't want me to do. You have my word on that. William said. But if she calls me or needs me, I will be there, whether you like it or not, he added. Zagreus realized the deep feelings William had for Isabel. He was now probably living in hell for loving her. He knew angels are not familiarized with feelings. Love is something they feel just once in their eternal lifetime. Not all angels fall in love, but the ones that do usually lose their sanity trying to understand and embrace it. William was clearly fighting against that feeling, but he was already in love. Zagreus knew it was hard for William to possess the powers of knowledge and strength without being able to use them for himself. He knew the feeling. He had sympathy for William, but he was capable of getting into a fight with him for Isabel. Both men were looking into each other's eyes for a few long seconds. Then William said, I will give you space and time with Isabel. I won't interfere. You have my word. But that ceases the day she looks for me, and she will. How can she look for you? She loves me, Zagreus said. She loves us both, William said, looking directly into his eyes. Go and get your advantage now that her mind is wiped out. I hope you're happy about it, he added. I will never do anything to put her in any danger, Zagreus said. The golden sleep was a terrible mistake, and I will get her back, he added. If it wasn't for your reckless behavior of going back to Gaia to steal from your fathers, Zeus and Hades, Isabel wouldn't have been involved in all of this situation, William said. You better get her back, he added and went inside the house, closing the door behind. A long pause happened, and Zagreus turned his back and started walking towards the exit. He then paused and looked back at the house. He knew William was aware of time. He knew about the past, present, and future, but he didn't have the strength to ask him for what he knew. Somehow he felt it was painful to know. Zagreus got inside the car and Philip drove straight to the house. London was busier than last time Zagreus was there. Things changed. It was noisy, busier, with advertisements and lights on many places and lots of cars circulating on the roads. The city was undergoing massive cleanings after an earthquake happened, leaving people feeling the panic and uncertainty of not knowing when to expect the next one. Everywhere in the news, there were interviews with experts and civilians recounting the events. In the house, everything seemed to be organized, clean, and exactly as he left it last time, with the exception of being refurbished to look modern. The Cavendish house was an icon in the city, and generations of Cavendish lived there during their lifetime. He felt a hint of nostalgia remembering the happy moments that house brought him. It was now an empty place, with walls screaming stories and memories. Zagreus sighed as he reached into the top drawer of a very old table placed right at the corner of a massive living room. He grabbed a portrait of him and Makala during one of their brief lifetimes together, rubbing the dust with his forefinger and bringing him towards his lips. I love you, Makala, he said, closing his teary eyes.